Some songs weren't too explicit for the airwaves. They were too honest. In the 1980s, radio drew a line, and R&B kept crossing it, on purpose. Songs, they're the ones program directors tried to erase, and America found anyway. 12 Records Radio didn't want you to hear, and the artists who refused to turn the volume down.
I be stroking.
Welcome back to Retro Vinyl. These are top 12 controversial R&B songs of the 1980s radio tried to silence.
In these times of hate and pain, we need a remedy.
12 Sexual Harassment, I Need a Freak, 1982.
I need a freak to hold me tight. I need a freak.
In 1982, a Cleveland radio programmer named Lynn Tolliver had a problem. He wanted to release the raunchiest electro-funk record he could imagine, but no station would touch it under his real name.
We need a remedy to take us from the rain. Jealousy.
So he invented a group. He called them Sexual Harassment, gave the lead track a title that dared anyone to play it, and let I Need a Freak loose on a world that had never heard anything quite so blunt.
I want a freak exclusively, so that you only.
Tolliver knew exactly what he was doing. He built the group's name and the song's title specifically to guarantee whispers and word of mouth, betting correctly that daytime radio would never come near it.
When I need this freak, I need her to be there. I need a freak.
Instead of chasing playlists, the record found its home in electro clubs and mixtapes, its stripped-down beat becoming a blueprint producers would study for years.
I want a freak, one who acts and looks like you.
I Need a Freak never troubled the mainstream charts, and that was never really the point. Decades later, it resurfaced in the unlikeliest place, sampled at the core of the Black Eyed Peas' My Humps, introducing Tolliver's fearless little record to a generation who had no idea it once scared radio into silence.
I need a freak with long hair, a super.
It's a reminder that some of the most influential records in black music history were never built for airplay at all. They were built for the floor, the block, the boombox.
Hear what I say? I need a freak to get me through the day.
Radio's rejection didn't kill it. It just moved the party somewhere radio couldn't follow.
In these times of hate and pain, we need a remedy.
Sometimes the loudest legacy comes from the song nobody would play. Our next artist didn't need a fake name to shock radio. Prince gave her the words, and stations still wouldn't touch it.
I need a freak every day and every night. Oh, yeah. I need
Sex shooter, come and play with my affection.
11. Apollonia 6, Sex Shooter, 1984. When Vanity walked away from Prince's camp in 1984, he needed a new muse fast, and found her in actress Patricia Cotero, rebranded as Apollonia. Their group's signature song, Sex Shooter, was pure Minneapolis funk, wrapped around lyrics blunt enough to make any programmer pause before pressing play. The song's suggestive chorus and its now famous Kiss the Gun refrain made it a lightning rod the moment it appeared in Purple Rain, performed on stage by Apollonia in a scene built to provoke.
Come on, kiss the gun. Guaranteed.
Pop and adult contemporary stations kept it at arm's length, treating it more like a movie curiosity than something fit for daytime rotation.
I need you to be my main thing, plaything, pillar of stone.
Even so, Sex Shooter clawed its way into the R&B top 20, proof that Prince's writing, even under someone else's name, could survive radio's discomfort. It became a cult favorite among Prince completists, outliving the short-lived group that recorded it by decades.
Everybody singing, sex shooter,
It's a snapshot of a moment when sexual bravado sung by a woman was treated as far more dangerous than the same words sung by a man. A double-standard sex shooter wore proudly instead of hiding from.
Boys, no girls' party can compete with mine. No girl.
A one-album group, one unforgettable dare, and radio blinked first, sometimes.
No girls rap can top my lines. No girls kiss.
Next, a queen of raunchy soul that radio refused for an entire career, even when she tried to play it clean.
Sex shooter, come and play with my affections. Baby, city sleeping.
10 Millie Jackson, ESP, Extra Sexual Persuasion, 1983.
Slow tongue, working your way.
By 1983, Millie Jackson had already spent a decade building a reputation no radio programmer wanted near their playlist.
There's nothing moving except you and me.
Her album ESP, Extra Sexual Persuasion, leaned all the way into that reputation, with a title track so explicit that most R&B stations simply skipped past it entirely.
I'm tortured deep inside to the edge of ecstasy.
Jackson never apologized for any of it. She built her career on unfiltered spoken-word raps, laced through her songs, daring radio to catch up with a woman who talked about sex as bluntly as any man in the room, years before mainstream rap dared to do the same thing.
Frantic, racing heartbeats.
Here's the twist nobody expected. Even when Jackson released a completely clean album, radio still wouldn't play it.
Juicy, lubricating.
Program directors told her flatly, "It's not Millie," proof her band had less to do with individual lyrics and everything to do with who she'd already become in listeners' minds.
Not a love bone left unexplored.
Long before rappers were credited as pioneers of explicit content, Millie Jackson was already there. A woman refusing to be softened for airplay, later crowned by fans and critics as the godmother of rap.
Bring me to the rim. I can't take it anymore.
Some artists get banned for a song. Millie Jackson got banned for being herself.
And finally, you excite me.
Think back. Was there a record your parents changed the station on the second it came on? Hold on to that memory. We've got 8 more to go.
Together we explode.
She never begged for radio's approval. The next artist did, and got it, but only after the underground forced their hand.
Give me that slow tongue. Work your way home.
I'm looking for a man to love me like I've never been loved before. I'm looking for a man that'll
9 Vanity 6, Nasty Girl, 1982.
tonight. Don't you wanna come with me? Do you think I'm a nasty girl? Tonight, I'm living in a
Prince built Vanity 6 as a girl group vehicle for songs even he wasn't sure the industry was ready for. And Nasty Girl was the clearest test of that theory.
That's right. Pleased to meet you. I still won't tell you my name. Don't you be
Fronted by Vanity, the track was pure minimal synth funk wrapped around lyrics blunt enough to make top 40 programmers flinch.
Don't you believe in mystery? Don't you wanna play my game? I'm looking for a man to love.
Because of its explicit content, Nasty Girl met real resistance on mainstream American radio, and it never appeared on the Billboard Hot 100 at all. A startling absence for a song that topped the national dance chart and became one of the most sampled grooves of its era.
Candy cane. That's right. It's been a long time since I had a man that did it real good.
Its second life came through film, landing memorably in Beverly Hills Cop and later Private School. Introducing the song to audiences radio had tried to keep away from it.
I'm looking for a man that'll do it anywhere, even on the limousine floor. 'Cause tonight I'm living in a
Vanity's departure not long after effectively ended the group, but Nasty Girl outlived them all.
tonight. I'm living in a fantasy, my own little nasty world. Tonight, don't you wanna?
It's proof a song can be shut out of the mainstream chart entirely and still become genuinely iconic. That club floors and movie soundtracks could build a legacy radio programmers never signed off on.
Please, please.
Radio said no. The dance floor said otherwise, and the dance floor won.
If you ain't scared, check it out. I'll do it like a real live mystic girl should. Tonight,
Two rap pioneers were about to prove that a rejected B-side could become the biggest record of their career.
get it up, get it up. I can't wait anymore.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
8. Salt and Peppa. Push It, 1987. Push It wasn't even supposed to be a single. It started life as a throwaway B-side tucked behind Salt and Peppa's Tramp in 1987. A track the group themselves reportedly weren't fond of, feeling it undercut their credibility as serious rappers. A San Francisco DJ named Cameron Paul heard something the group didn't.
All you fly mothers, get on out there and dance.
He remixed the track, and it exploded first in clubs, then through local radio requests, forcing national programmers who'd ignored the B-side to finally reckon with its panting vocals and unmistakably suggestive rhythm. The gamble paid off spectacularly. Push It became a platinum, Grammy-nominated smash and helped make Salt and Peppa the first female rap act to go gold and platinum. Proof that a song radio initially overlooked could still become inescapable once the underground demanded it. It flipped the usual script. Instead of radio deciding what audiences wanted, the audience forced radio's hand, a preview of exactly how music discovery would work in every decade since. And here's a fun fact. Salt and Peppa were more than just a rap group. They became known for their choreography and stage presence too. Which, considering their name, Salt and Peppa were pretty well seasoned. A rap group that happened to have dancers. They almost didn't release it. Radio almost got to decide it never existed. The next artist didn't need a remix or a rebrand, just a raw falsetto and a demand nobody wanted spelled out loud. Seven. Rick James, Give It To Me Baby, 1981. Rick James built his 1981 album Street Songs as a raw, unfiltered snapshot of the after-hours club scene he lived in, and Give It To Me Baby was its most blunt statement.
You wouldn't make love to me. You went fast asleep.
A lead single dripping with late-night innuendo and open nods to the substance-fueled nightlife around it.
You wouldn't even talk to me. You say I'm so crazy.
Motown pushed the track hard, but plenty of conservative pop and adult contemporary programmers balked at its explicit undertones, restricting it to late-night slots or pulling it from daytime rotation altogether.
Coming home intoxicated. I said I just wanna love you.
Cleaner edits circulated specifically so stations could sidestep the original's rawest lines.
Guess that's why I'm so elated. Come on, girl. Give it to me.
None of that stopped it. Give It To Me Baby became one of James's signature hits, a permanent fixture of funk's golden era, and proof that his uncompromising persona could survive radio's discomfort with what he actually represented.
Hey, girl. Give it to me what you say. Give it to me what you say.
It's a window into how funk's most theatrical, larger-than-life performers were routinely sanded down for broadcast, and how audiences kept choosing the unsanded version anyway.
I bet you. I make you holler, you had enough. Give it to me.
Rick James never asked permission. Radio spent years trying to catch up to him anyway.
Give it to me. Give me that stuff, that funk, that sweet, that funky stuff. Give it to me.
7 down, 5 left. And this is where the countdown gets a lot more dangerous.
Just give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me.
7 records down, 5 to go. And honestly, we've barely scratched the surface of what radio tried to keep from you in the 1980s. If you've made it this far, you already know this era hit different.
Slow tone, working your work.
Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and drop a comment telling us which artist has surprised you so far, because the second half of this countdown gets even bolder, starting with the record that basically invented the parental warning label.
To treat me right, I need a freak every day and every night.
Coming up, a comeback single so intimate that even gospel-leaning stations weren't sure what to do with it.
When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing.
6. Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing, 1982.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's make love tonight.
Marvin Gaye recorded Sexual Healing while living as a tax exile in Belgium, emotionally raw and freshly signed to Columbia after 2 decades at Motown.
Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need
Writer David Ritz suggested the title after visiting Gaye's apartment, and the song became his most nakedly intimate single yet. A plea dressed up as a comeback.
I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger.
Its title and unmistakably sensual delivery made some conservative and gospel-leaning stations hesitant to embrace it in daytime rotation.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. 'Cause you do it right.
Treating a song this explicit about desire as uneasy territory for a Motown legend's return, even as mainstream pop and R&B outlets couldn't get enough of it.
Healing, baby, is good for me. Sexual.
Any hesitation barely mattered. Sexual Healing became a monster hit, spending 10 weeks atop the R&B chart and landing at number 3 on the Hot 100, plus a pair of Grammy wins that confirmed Gaye's comeback was very real, just before tragedy cut it short.
I can get on the telephone and call you up, baby.
It's one of the rare songs on this list that radio's discomfort couldn't actually stop. A reminder that some records were simply too good and too human for hesitation to matter for long.
A sea was storming inside of me.
He asked for healing. He never fully got it, but the song still gives it to everyone else.
I think I'm capsizing. The waves are rising.
Our next artist didn't sing about a car. Radio just refused to hear it that way.
Sexual healing. Oh, baby.
5. Grace Jones, Pull Up to the Bumper, 1981. Grace Jones built Pull Up to the Bumper out of a rhythm track she practically demanded back from her own producers, adding lyrics so loaded with automotive double meaning that nobody who heard them could pretend they were really about parking. Pull Up to My Bumper Baby in Your Long Black Limousine was blunt enough that several American and UK stations refused to broadcast it outright. Uneasy with lyrics that read as an extended metaphor for sex, dressed in the language of a car wash. Radio's discomfort barely slowed it down. The song became one of Jones's signature tracks and her first genuine transatlantic hit. Later re-released in 1985 to chart even higher, Proof Club culture could carry a record radio refused to. It's one of the clearest examples of how sexually confident black women in music were routinely treated as more threatening than male peers using nearly identical innuendo. A double standard Jones simply refused to shrink from. She never explained the metaphor. She never had to. Up next, the song so explicit it skipped radio entirely and went straight to jukeboxes and strip clubs.
one time I made love on the backseat of a car, and the police came.
4. Clarence Carter, Strokin, 1986.
I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west.
Blind since infancy and raised on Alabama blues, Clarence Carter had already built a career on double entendre by the time he signed with the small Atlanta label Ichiban in 1985.
Stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Strokin was his rawest statement yet, so explicit that Carter never even bothered making a radio edit.
Have you ever made love just before breakfast?
Without a clean version to offer, mainstream radio simply refused it, and MTV wouldn't touch the video either.
And the police came and shined his light on me, and I said, I'm stroking.
Ichiban's solution was unconventional. Instead of servicing stations at all, they placed the singles straight into jukeboxes, letting bar patrons discover it themselves, one wedding DJ and strip club at a time.
I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Strokin became a word-of-mouth sensation that helped push Carter's Dr. CC album past 150,000 copies, later finding new life in Eddie Murphy's Nutty Professor remake.
How long has it been since you made love?
Carter passed away in 2026 at 90, and to the end, he insisted the song was never dirty, just honest.
Did you make love last week?
It's the purest example on this list of a record radio couldn't touch at all, marketed to bypass broadcast entirely. Proof an explicit hit didn't need a single spin of airplay to become a legend.
Maybe it might be that you're planning on making love tonight.
If you don't do it, you're in trouble, Carter used to say. Radio just couldn't say it out loud.
I don't stop until I know she's sassified.
Next, the Filthy 15 claims its second victim, a song blunt enough to get named in front of Congress.
I be stroking.
Let me take you somewhere you've never been.
3. Sheena Easton, Sugar Walls, 1984. Written by Prince under the pseudonym Alexander Nevermind, Sugar Walls took Sheena Easton, a polished pop vocalist best known for Bond themes and clean-cut hits, and handed her lyrics loaded with anatomical innuendo she delivered without flinching.
Where I come from, there's a place called heaven.
The song landed directly on the Parents Music Resource Center's infamous Filthy 15 list in 1985.
Blood races to your private spots.
Singled out in front of a Senate committee as an example of everything conservative parents feared about pop radio, triggering boycotts and forced late-night-only airplay in conservative markets nationwide.
Lets me know there's a fire.
Despite, or maybe because of, the controversy, Sugar Walls became one of Easton's biggest hits, reaching the pop top 10 and cementing her reinvention from wholesome ingenue into a pop provocateur nobody saw coming.
Temperatures rise inside my sugar wall.
It's a perfect case study in the Streisand effect decades before the term existed. A congressional hearing meant to bury a song instead handed it a permanent place in music history.
I can show you things you never see.
They tried to shame her off the radio. Instead, they made her unforgettable.
Can't fight passion when passion is hot.
Do you remember hearing about the parental advisory sticker for the first time? Maybe on an album your parents wouldn't let you buy?
I feel so alive when I'm with you.
2 songs left, and they're the ones that started it all. Our next artist got banned by an entire national broadcaster in the middle of an AIDS crisis for saying the word love too honestly.
Spend the night inside my sugar walls.
2. George Michael, I Want Your Sex, 1987. Fresh off Wham, George Michael launched his solo career with a song built as a direct manifesto. 3 parts titled Lust, Brass in Love, and A Last Request, moving deliberately from raw desire to romantic devotion across one extended suite. The BBC banned it outright from daytime radio and television, restricting it to post-watershed hours over fears it might promote promiscuity during the height of the AIDS crisis. American stations quietly distributed edits swapping sex for love, even as Michael insisted the song was ultimately about monogamy, not conquest. None of the restrictions stopped it. I Want Your Sex reached number 2 on the Hot 100, went platinum, and became one of the defining singles of 1987. Proof a title alone could generate a ban, while the actual message went almost entirely unheard. It's a reminder of how often controversy is triggered by a single word rather than the full context around it, and how completely audiences were willing to look past a broadcaster's discomfort to hear the whole record for themselves. And now, the song that started this entire countdown before it even existed, the one that built the sticker on every explicit album since.
Took me to her castle and I just couldn't believe my eyes.
1. Prince, Darling Nikki, 1984.
I knew a girl named Nikki, I guess you could say she was a sex fiend.
Tucked into the Purple Rain album, Darling Nikki was never even released as a single. It didn't need to be. One unmistakable lyric about a woman in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine, was enough to make it the most consequential deep cut in pop history.
I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine.
When Tipper Gore heard her 11-year-old daughter listening to it in 1985, she was so alarmed she co-founded the Parents Music Resource Center, and Darling Nikki landed at number 1 on the resulting Filthy 15 list, cited directly in Senate hearings that reshaped how every album in America would be labeled.
She said, how'd you like to waste some time? And I could not resist when the song.
The fallout produced the parental advisory explicit lyrics sticker, still printed on records today, and radio largely blacklisted the track without an edit that never came.
Had so many devices, everything that money could buy.
Prince, characteristically unbothered, simply let the song's reputation do the talking for him.
The lights went out, and Nikki started to grind.
No song on this list changed the actual machinery of the music industry more permanently. One deep cut, never even pushed as a single, rewrote how every explicit record since has been packaged, labeled, and sold.
Cut the next morning, Nikki wasn't there.
One song, one 11-year-old, one sticker that's still on every album you own. "12 songs. 12 times radio decided it knew better than its own audience. And 12 times, the audience found the music anyway."
I need a freak to hold me tight. I need a freak.
From jukeboxes to Senate hearings, these artists never asked for permission to be honest. So tell us, which one of these got banned in your house, or just quietly played anyway when nobody was listening?
Tonight, did you wanna come with me? Do you think I'm a nasty girl? Tonight,
Thanks for spending this one with us here at Retro Vinyl. Until next time, keep the needle on the record and the volume where it belongs.